Good evening and welcome to GCN Update. I'm Mike Lehman.
And I'm Connie Mengel.
They marched for miles. Not 100,000 people, which the government estimated would participate. Not 200,000 people, which the U.S. Park Service would admit to. No, the official figure, reported by CBS News the day after the event, was 650,000 people. A figure greater than Martin Luther King's famous March for Civil Rights back in 1963. Even the organizers of the event were surprised at the amount of participation in the event.
Gay college students, gay senior citizens, parents and friends of gays, gay veterans and gay couples joined the procession in accordance with geographic regions, with many groups unfurling and marching behind the banners of more than 40 U.S. states.
GCN cameras were at the White House, picking up a few moments with some of those people who were angry enough to make a trip to Washington and make their voices heard. I happened to be able to tag along with Andy Hum from GCN in New York, and here are some of the moments which we were able to get.
Well, we're concerned about the kinds of irrational fears that people have, and it was a response to the June 3rd arrests in Washington when the police wore yellow gloves that were totally inappropriate in the arrest process.
Have you talked to any of the cops who are wearing the gloves today?
We haven't talked to any of them today, no.
And is it a large percentage of the cops that are wearing it, or do you think it's just a minority?
Well, at that point, all the cops were wearing them, and it was absolutely absurd, and we wanted to let people know how ridiculous it really was.
We're right here in front of the White House. Jonathan, we're going to be sending a copy of this tape to the president. Look into the camera and say something to him.
I'm concerned that you spend some money and that you act in a leadership role for a change and get the country moving. We really need that now.
My name is Juan Flores.
We are sending a tape to the president. If you had a chance to, and you do right now, what would you say to the president right now?
Well, I would like to say that I'm here representing all my brothers and sisters that are dancers and performers in New York. The president's son also was a dancer with the Joffrey Ballet, as we all know. I'm here representing all my brothers and sisters that could not be here today, who are performing or rehearsing or too busy to come. We would just like to say that we are fighting for our lives. Many of our performers have lost their lives. Many of my personal friends are sick. We need AZT to be available to all people who need to take the drug. We need it to be readily available and affordable.
Opportunity to speak to the president, I think I would tell him to take note of what he sees today. Let him know that these are American people that simply want to be American, responsible citizens, do our job, to have the opportunity to live a life in a free country.
I second what Dr. Williams has said, and also I just want him to take note of the number of gay Christians that are out today, and let that be at least a countermeasure to the Jerry Falwells and the Jimmy Swaggarts that we have in this country. God bless you. Yes, Jesus loves us. Yes, Jesus loves us. The Bible tells us so.
Jim, we're going to send a copy of this tape to the President of the United States. Look into the camera and talk to him.
There's two things that we need, President Reagan. We need better funding for AIDS and a decent AIDS commission. And we need a federal gay rights law now. We can have it if you'll support it, because it's your party that isn't helping us get it.
The parents of gays and lesbians are getting a wonderful reception here. Tell us your name.
I'm Eleanor Kirby Llewellyn from Denver, and I'm going to be the next national president.
Great. And can you tell us why so many parents are here?
Well, because we love our children, and we want to give them support in every way we possibly can.
Ms. Kirby, we're sending a copy of this tape to the President of the United States. What do you want to say to him today?
Please, Ron, know that our kids are just as lovely and kind and good for who they are as any child you've ever known.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. people that are over there. That are
These religious people over here on the other side, supposedly religious, yes, right. If you had anything that you could say to the president today, and you can because we're sending this tape to President Reagan, what would you say to him?
What would I say to him? Give us a chance.
Stand up, stand up, stand up for truth. Stand up, stand up, stand up for love, for truth. Stand up, stand up, stand up for truth.
Behind the white line, please. Stay behind the white line.
Rights, and I feel like the government is trying to take those rights away from me.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the churches over here that we see over on the side that are having their say in this matter?
Okay, they have their rights, we have our rights. We all are human beings.
We're talking to David Thorsett, one of the early members of the lesbian and gay rights movement. David, you've seen a lot of water under the bridge in this movement. How do you think this compares with, do you think we would be here at this point? Do you think we're far behind where we should be, or ahead, or where, or what?
Well, I'm very glad to be here. I think it's obviously a big march, and it'll probably be successful in that sense. And I know many new people are marching with the NAMBLA contingent that have never marched in any demonstration, and I suspect that's true for other groups as well. I do think that the ultimate impact of the march will not be as militant or radical as I wished it would be, but that's the times we live in, the era of Reagan. I don't know when this is going to change, but I hope it does.
Well, we're right here in front of the White House. We got that in the background. We're sending a copy of this tape to the president. What would you like to say to him?
I would have to say you are a real loser. That's about it.
David, are you, how is NAMBLA dealing with the issue of AIDS? Has that put NAMBLA under further attack because people are worried about their kids and things like that?
It's a good question. So far, no. And as far as NAMBLA is concerned, we have tried to deal with the issue by publicizing safe sex. A recent issue of our bulletin had a full page of demonstrations of safe sex techniques, and we have positions already adopted in the past which urge our members to explain their safe sex procedures to every sexual partner they have, including young people if they have such partners, and as well to warn them about the dangers of drugs.
What do you expect to be the outcome of a demonstration like this today?
I think the best thing about it will be that it will help instill greater sense of confidence in the gay community, because now with AIDS and everything, everybody needs that kind of shot in the arm. I don't think politically it'll have very much impact, but I do think it will be good for the gay community.
Wendy, you've been involved in this movement a long time. You were here for the last march. What do you think that's different about today?
Well, I think there's a lot more support from the organized gay and lesbian community, from progressive non-gay organizations, and I think the whole general political atmosphere is different. I think people are sick and tired of Reagan, and they're ready for real change.
Well, we're talking to President Reagan today. We're going to send a copy of this tape. So look into the camera and give your message to the president.
Well, Mr. President, I hope you know how to count. Look out your window. There has got to be at least 200,000 people here. We are human beings. We think it's important that we love and not hate, and there are people out here dying from AIDS, and I hope you realize and do something about it.
Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Jane Van Bogart from Woodstock, New York.
It says that you're marching for your brother Carl. Can you tell us something about him?
Yeah, my brother was the first gay man I ever knew. He came out in 1969, and last year he died with AIDS. Well, he only knew about it 1 month and 2 days before he died, and I was in Nicaragua picking coffee the during that period, and I came home and just saw him 2 days before he died, so I was real glad to talk to him. He was a sweet man. He was a real pioneer, and I love him dearly. I really do. We fought like cats and dogs, but
what was he a pioneer in?
In dance. He taught non-sexist dancing. He rearranged all the gay, Scottish and English country dances so that they were non-male-female partner arranged. He was also the first man I ever knew who burned his draft card in the Vietnam War. He was 42 years old.
I'm Jerry Hutton from Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. I'm with the Washington Gay Fathers Group.
Okay. And what is the Fathers Group?
Well, actually, we're part of the Gay and Lesbian Parents Coalition International. We have about 5,000 members throughout the United States, Canada, and we've even got a group in Australia. We are a support organization for gay parents who are coming out to help them deal with their parents, help them deal with their children, help them deal with the community, to educate the community as well as to the fact that, as we are saying here, 2468, not all parents are straight. Moms and dads are straight.
What's your message for the president? We're in front of the White House.
Message for the president is to realize there are an awful lot of us out here. We're good Americans too. We want more funding for AIDS. We want to end discriminatory laws against gays, and we want protection for people with AIDS.
Do you expect this march to have an impact today on him and on the Congress?
I'm not sure anything would have an impact on him, frankly, but we do hope that by making people aware of the number of us that there are here throughout the country, and the fact that we are lawyers, we're government workers, we're teachers, we're everywhere, that it may have an impact. That we're ordinary people.
What kind of an impact is this march having on you today?
Very emotional impact. We just need assurance every once in a while that we're not alone. And it's been wonderful seeing old friends again and making a number of new ones. It's been really a moving experience for me.
From Dignity, what are your names?
Scott, Lawrence,
Rick Paul.
And where are you from?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia Dignity.
And what do you think of what's across the street there? There are some protesters, a couple of measly protesters, misanthropes. What do you think of them?
We love them anyway.
Angry people.
We're right here in front of the White House. Look into the camera and talk to the president. Tell him your message for today.
We missed you today, Mr. Reagan. Sorry you had to take a little vacation from us. We would like to see you.
How about you?
It would be nice if you could face up to the problems of the country instead of ignoring them.
And is this your first national march?
Yeah, it's a shame that it took the Grim Reaper to bring us all together. It seems like the threat of AIDS has frightened a lot of people and brought people together, but if that's what it takes, so be it.
What kind of an effect is Dignity having on, let's say, the Catholic Church, do you think? I mean, you're in a bit of a state of siege these days, too. Do you meet in a Catholic facility, or have you been thrown out of it? I know that's happening around the country.
We meet in an Episcopalian facility in Philadelphia. I would say the state of the Catholic Church and the effect we have on them, I would say we've thrown them into quite a state of flux. I don't think they really know what to do with us and how to handle us.
What do you think of the Catholic Church's response to the AIDS crisis?
I would have to say it's been awfully disappointing.
Did you come all the way from Hawaii for this march?
Yes, I sure did.
And tell us your name.
Howard Armstead.
And tell us the state of the gay movement in Hawaii.
I think the gay people in Hawaii are very concerned about the national health crisis, and we have a Congress that is not addressing the issue. They are playing politics, and they're not serving the country when we're here in the middle of a national emergency. They are not waking up to the crisis that we are living and dying with every day, and we need some action from Congress, and especially to the president.
Say something to the president right now.
Get off your ass, please.
Okay. Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Bill Meredith, and I'm from Los Angeles.
And how many people are here from Los Angeles today?
I would guess about 30,000, 40,000, probably a few more.
Wow, that's fantastic. And why do you think so many people from Los Angeles felt the need to come here today?
Because there's a big presence of gay people in Los Angeles. There's a need for us to come here because of the AIDS population and the way it's affecting the people in Los Angeles. So we're here.
Okay, you're here. You're trying to deliver a message. What do you want to say to the president today? Go ahead and say it.
Care, compassion, understanding, realizing that all of us are here for a particular reason, and that's to love each other.